Sukuyanade Bal Olaram, or hello everyone and welcome. A Wolf's Den Games is proud to present Tavernhall Tuesdays with your host, Garoylor Kier. Hello everyone and welcome back. Let me get this mask on here. I know we're starting a bit earlier than was expected yesterday. That is due to the fact that we had Welcome Phantom Omaha. We were reminded that due to our usual plans for things, there's something else scheduled at 6 o'clock our time that we need to be off air before. However, folks are welcome to hang out here on twitch.tv/awolvesdengames and join us for it if you would like. I didn't mean to take the bucket. This is the wrong house, isn't it? Oh, I must have moved all the stuff. Whoops, that was kind of a mistake, but okay, that takes care of a couple of things. I'd forgotten that we'd moved all of our instruments elsewhere, but currently I need to drop some things off because, well, weight. And that does have a tendency to slow things down as we continue forward. We've got a bunch of daggers. I mean, all of this does still need to be kind of organized, but I'm not really worried about it. For the most part, I just want to get these dropped and out of inventory so that we have less weight to worry about. Dagger, dagger, dagger. We've got some new armor that we can put up for various and sundry. Let's see. Those go in the thing above. Those shoes shouldn't have gone in there, should they? Oh well. Wait, I just put some enchanted... I'm not even going to worry about it. Mostly because it just takes a lot of time and it all needs to be resorted anyway. So we'll get to that as we get there. In the meantime, we're just going to clear out as much of this as we can. We had started exploring. Nice! I hope it's not too busy a day for you. We will be off at 6 Central US time due to the return of Travis Willingham's Yeehaw Game Ranch over on twitch.tv/wolvesdengames or /Critical Role, which we host over here on our channel, so folks are welcome to join us to chat if you'd like. Is that a little bit better than sitting in an elevator? Whoops, wrong thing. We got cabbages to drop off too. Let's see. I knew I still had instruments on me. I'll have to drop those off somewhere. Well then, it looks like you're sort of kind of getting more of the what you were looking for, I'm hoping. Maybe it'll help. Tankard. Okay. Now, we do own 4 houses now. The house in Whiterun and all 3 of the homesteads. The Whiterun house was bought last, which is kind of funny. Currently, we are looking to... we are looking for the capability to purchase the rest of the houses that are available. Quests will be done, but I'd like to try and get as much exploration done first, if possible.
I think we may.
And apparently I am definitely going to have to go deal with the skeevers in the basement. Give me 1 second to check on something here. For just a moment, folks. It seems we're dropping frames. I hope it's not too bad. If folks would let me know if the stream starts getting a little too choppy or whatnot, and we might have to call it a little early. But I will do my best not to have to do that. Oop, I should have gone straight into a...
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
Where is it? Why did that completely ignore the skeever? That made no sense. There should be a second arrow on the floor. Well, I'm glad it's looking all right. Always hate it when things end up falling apart for whatever reason. But I have to admit, I love it when a plan comes together. And her taking the time to dust some of these others. Okay, so that takes care of the skeever problem. Cure any diseases or whatnot. I might still be poisoned. I don't remember. Apparently she's afraid of rats. The bard, I mean. 482. 486 cabbages. Total. That's a bit crazy. Yeah, I'd consider those probably fish adjacent, being crab and all. Let's see. Puts all those away. Books are put away as much as possible. We haven't done anything with the garden yet. Trophy room. Hopefully it'll let me drop off that claw now that I've finished using it. If not, then I'm sure we've got other things we can drop off. I should have dropped off the ore while I was down there. Yeah, I may have to go back downstairs for a second. No, wait, that's a different house. Grrr. Those quest items are going to end up continuing to add weight until they get dealt with. But I'm okay with that. Okay, that's not the right strong box. Think it's at the other house. Mostly I'm just kind of dropping these things off real quick so that we can get back into Skyrim proper. Or at least wander Solstheim for a little bit. Just because that's one place we haven't really been yet. Helyarkin Hall. This is the last of the homesteads that are owned. I need to get 8,000 gold in order to get the next house in Markarth. Just the horse that saw me. Because sometimes bandits and other things will show up at the house and attack you. So you always got to be careful of that kind of thing. Oh yeah, and the girls are here. My adopted daughters.
Well, you smell like a hag, Raven. And you look like one. Oh, hi, Papa.
Busted.
Yes, Pa. Papa! Did you need something, Papa? Yes, Pa.
Because I can't guarantee that one or the other of that both of them weren't in some way involved. So bandit. Yeah, it usually is in threes too, which is kind of weird. At least when it's bandits. Sometimes it's draugrs, sometimes it's giants. The occasional dragon. Dag nabbit. I'd already placed all this stuff at the other house. Now I gotta pick it up and take it back again. Stay safe, and I hope things go well for you today. And we will speak to you later, Phantom Omaha. Okay, I still have a few more things to drop off before we go for our little wandering. You're very welcome. And we'll be here for a while. Even when we're not here, well, something will probably be on the air. If not us, then Critical Role. At least tonight, because there's Yeehaw Game Ranch and Tox Machina both tonight. There's that flute. Were there other instruments in here? I mean, eventually I'm going to have to go through and just clear all this stuff out and figure out where it's household stuff. I could swear I had put my instruments somewhere in here, and I don't mean displayed. Huh. That is weird. Where have all my instruments gone? Those aren't it. Oh, there they are. Duh. And 2 flutes. Any loots? I don't think so. Oh, 2 of those too. Cool. Now we drop off the ore down in the basement. I don't believe... Oh yeah, here's where all of our armor is going to end up going. But I believe the marks of Thane ship are back at, yeah. Those are over at Lakeview Terrace. Lakeview, that doesn't sound right. Did I just confuse Simpsons with something else? Lakeview Manor? Something like that. Okay. Iron. Corundum. Inventory is always the most annoying bit of Skyrim. However, it's not as bad as the loading screens I used to deal with. No steel, no steel. I don't think we have orichalcum, but I could be wrong. I don't remember where we were yesterday, but yeah, there's no ebony. Don't remember where we were yesterday, but I remember finding like a bunch of ore veins that I didn't end up doing anything with. And I probably should have. This is gold. Silver. I don't think there was, no. Just kind of randomly wandering around, picking things up, bringing them home, and storing them. I mean, that's not all we do, but there is quite a bit of it. Moonstone, malachite. This would be moonstone. Okay, moonstone. No refined moonstone. This is for malachite. I guess we'll put the heartstone stuff right there in that barrel right next to this. That way everything stays nice and close together. And no refined malachite either. There we go. That'll work. That'll work nicely. Okay, that covers, well, everything so far. Oh, wait. I want to grab that and that. Both of those are rather good bows of mine, and I'd rather keep them with me than leave them here. more due to the more items you have, that was relatively weak. Granted, I'd also misjudged the deer's movement. Why am I using iron arrows? There we go. 53. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, soul slime. That way we can get some places marked off, and then we can always come back to it pretty much whenever.
Talk to Captain Garland if you're looking to book passage.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
The Northern Maiden is shipshape
Somebody
and ready to
help!
go.
Someone, do something!
About what? Help? Help with what? I don't see anything I'm supposed to be helping with. I don't see any troubles here. Anybody else see any troubles here? I mean, it's not like it's Haven, Maine. Hang on. Okay. Just had to take care of a couple of things there, folks. I apologize.
Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
That looked a little unusual. I always read that as trauma root. Probably not what it's called, but okay. Yeah, I know it's kind of wobbly the way I'm moving around here, but
By night we reclaim what by day was stolen.
Far from ourselves.
that was a bit odd. But we're just mostly wandering around at the moment. No particular quests planned. Doesn't mean we can't do any, just that we don't have any in particular in mind. We are trying to get as much of the map marked off as we can, if only to speed things up when we get down to getting getting to all of the quests. And when I say all, I do mean all. Well, at least everyone it'll let us do, because sometimes things get messed up. Let's see. I want to head this way so that I can at least hit that bridge. Really? Ha. Just takes a little work and a lot of jumping. Sometimes. But in the end, it's usually worth it. Whoa, kind of unusual to see those northern lights from this perspective. So I guess going up and around was relatively pointless. Oh, maybe not. I don't want to fall off the cliff.
Who's there? Is someone there? I knew I heard something. I knew I heard something.
Laura, what are you doing?
I'll catch you, Elton. Sheogor's madness take you.
Oh. I didn't realize that was her zombie guy again. We're not here for that, Serana. Sorry about that, folks. Ow. That was kind of painful. I apologize if I'm not quite as entertaining as usual. Last night was a rough night, and I don't even know why, to be completely honest with you. I went to bed around like 1:30, woke up at 3:30, couldn't get back to sleep all night. However, I did get an entire background designed, written out, built through, I guess. Hey Ariana, welcome. Other than a very, very rough night regarding sleep, I'm doing alright. Got some serious work done because, well, when my brain refuses to shut off, it's either that or this, and sometimes even this isn't quite enough to that shouldn't have gone over his head. So apparently I have to aim for his butt to hit him in the back. That makes no sense whatsoever. I love when they just run right into it. Makes it nice and easy. Dagger, dagger, dagger. I can always sell it. Especially if I take it back to Skyrim and sell it there, because they'll probably be like, wait, what is this stuff? I've never seen this before. Although I doubt that would be true because, well, Skyrim. But I'm sure off of Solstheim, it would be a rather different situation, I guess. But yeah, we got, I was able to complete one full background along with two variants for it as well. I had to homebrew a special item just for it. So things are progressing in terms of the guide. Coming up with balanced homebrew for it is not easy. That's for sure.
Our eyes once were blinded.
And again, we are just kind of wandering aimlessly, more to be able to spend more time talking to folks, as well as to speed up dealing with the quests once we get them. I'm slowly getting up here. Then apparently from up here I can just go downhill to pretty much everything. That's a good thing, right? Going uphill is always harder than the trip back down. Let's not jump off the mountain here, please. Really? I'm kind of making it, sort of. A little further, come on. Come on, Kier. Almost made it. For those who may be wondering, Kiram Galar, Baruch Mirsheb Solus Fe Oyad isn't, well, is only kind of my given name. It is actually a translation of a name I was once given. That is all. It's a little unusual, but, well, as I've mentioned before, we have adopted the Mandalorian culture as our own, which is a bit unusual because, well, usually when you have culture, well, groups that are fictional, they are in fact races. For example, Klingons, it's an actual genetic thing. They are in fact a different race. With Mandalorians, however, while there once was a race known as the Tongs, Taungs, if I'm remembering my Mando history correctly, which is where the culture came from, but being a culture of adoption, it is not dependent on racial traits or that kind of thing, which allows for it to be actually adopted as a culture. Now, admittedly, I don't currently have my armor. I've had 2 prototype sets so far, but the rest is kind of slow going. And technically, everyone in the clan is supposed to have their own armor, but we're currently working toward being able to take care of that. Mosering Pass. I don't want to... I didn't want to fight you. Oh, that was close. That could have been particularly rough. Ooh, what is this? A sapphire geode? I've never seen this before. Wow. That's kind of cool. And it looks like there's another ore vein over there too. A little further up and to the left. What do we got here? Corundum. Cool. That takes care of a few things for us. Just in case there is any other construction stuff we need to get done. Otherwise, we've got stuff for making steel in order to forge and upgrade armor for sails, because I don't really need the steel. Heh. So I just bypass that whole thing. What is that? Wow. That...
Is someone there?
Werebears. They're bears. I'll come back to this. Not that I have an issue with going after werebears in their own home, but the main point was still to get more stuff figured out and completed than anything else. So I'm gonna go back up the hill, or up the mountain. See if I can get this cave marked real quick.
Where'd you come from? That'll teach you.
There we go. 2 down. Now there's a cave right over here. Okay. That was weird. I want to go this way. Parkour! Not that you can do, like, proper parkour vaults or anything, as that is something quite different. This is just sitting here. That's a little odd, isn't it? I'm gonna guess this side. Again, just a guess. And it appears to be the right one. Aw. Too far? Not far enough. It's gotta be one of these. Right? Another one. Okay, not that way. Or at least not that far. Too far, not far enough. It's like not far enough. Not far enough. Pretty sure. Let's try right there on that point. Sorry for that unusual lean forward there, folks, but so it's got to be like right in here. It's that greenish mark all by itself. Dag nabbit. Somebody made it up here before. Yes, but do you have a flag? We don't need a flag. We live here. 500 million of us. No flag, no country. You can't have one. These are the rules that I have just made up, which I will enforce with this gun that was lent to me by the National Rifle Association. Oh, well, in that case. Yes, I am a fan of Eddie Izzard and his comedy. Izzard? Hey Eddie, if you're watching, how do you pronounce that? Like he'd be watching me. I mean, I do the proper Mr. So-and-so, but if I don't have the proper pronunciation of the last name, then that kind of defeats the whole purpose, doesn't it? Frostmoon Crag. Yep, this is how I do things, folks. Just randomly wander the map to get things marked off, and then come back to them when... What is that? And why is that not marked? Is this where that other thing comes out? It must be. Huh. That's kind of a trip. Okay. I think I've discovered it. Being on the roof and all. Would that be the house I would end up getting? I do not know. And I know there's not a whole lot of combat, at least so far. But when you're exploring the exterior of a location, you tend to deal more with the random surface encounters. Like this one.
Never should have come here. Until next time.
I don't know who you are, but you're attacking me, and that's all I need to know to defend myself. Ha. Honestly, I don't know if they were threats or not, but she stood up and drew her blade, and that's all I need to defend myself. I mean, am I wrong? Dagger, dagger, dagger. Huh. That one was nice and easy. It is a little funny, though, that I'm just sitting here and randomly wandering, and I just dropped 4 werebears? I think? They might have been werewolves. Somehow I doubt it, but they could have been. Altar of Thrond. I wonder what that is. A sacrifice? Well, that is probably an interesting quest. Let's see. Now I want to go up and over to that mark. Gotta be able to go back and, or at least peek back behind me for, just in case there's some trouble coming. Better safe than sorry. Better safe than lockbox, I always say. Wait, that's not quite right, is it? I always like to throw in little things here and there to make people go, wait, what? Usually 'cause it's funny. Just to catch people off guard. and possibly get them to stop and think.
Our hands once were idle.
Parkour. Okay, I think we've got the main things figured out here. Beast stone. Even the Reeklings are here. That doesn't sound good. Whee! This is the other reason why I like just randomly wandering, because who knows what you'll run across. And the detail that has been put into this world, you can always come across something that surprises you. Or at least turns out to be something you didn't expect. Skull Village. The last time I remember seeing something was at least clear stuff. Let's back up this way. So let's go here. Probably start heading south. And I know we started a bit early today, folks, but that's due to a scheduling change on Critical Role's part that kind of caught us a little off guard. More due to lack of sleep than anything else. I mean, they'd been announcing it all summer, so it's not like it should have been a surprise, even though for some reason it turns out to be a surprise to even people who tend to stick around and watch all their shows. Not necessarily on our channel. And then people sitting there and saying, well, why didn't they announce this? They did. Repeatedly. Over and over and over. It's not our fault you didn't pay any attention. Now, admittedly, there are times when there are mistakes and people just miss mentioning something. But I know over there, they're pretty good at letting people know with plenty of advance notice if you're willing to at least take a minute to look. As for us, we're trying to keep everything on a pretty reasonable schedule. We should be able to I've never seen a dragon that looks like that before. Okay. Parker? Parker. Okay. Let's see. And heh. That was certainly interesting. Well, took down another dragon. That is currently our third? No, second. Second dragon we've killed. Pretty sure. No, wait, there was that frost dragon too. So yeah, that's 3. Huh. Kind of a trip. Found and killed a dragon entirely unintentionally. That is a lot of heartstone. So, we'll get that taken care of. Is everyone doing all right? Are we having any visual or audio issues anywhere? I know that my program keeps sitting here and telling me about either lagged or dropped frames. And if it's messing with the recording, then we might have to cut out a little early, although I would really, really hope we don't have to. Tech issues kind of suck. Okay, we've got stuff over here we haven't found yet. I hate when my nose itches like that. It's right in an inopportune spot, and so it's more annoying than anything else. Oh yeah. Just meant having to go slightly further around. Meanwhile, there are some locations where all I can think is, hey, wait a second, I could do that myself. Like if it was real life. I could do it. Why can't my character do it? Bad dice roll? I don't know. Seemed like it was much further off than where it should be. Maybe. I'm gonna hope that's just too far and that it's about there. Try that next mark down. Because if you notice along the outside, well, not just along the outside, but along these little edges here, there are certain points, discolorations in the metal and that sort of thing. Or if you use those as your guide, I guess would be the best way to put that, then there's a better chance that you'll find, wait, let's try right there. There's a little mark just above the lockpick. And that point was it. So yeah, if you use the discolorations and markings on the inside or on the edges of the edges and the outer locations, around the actual lock itself, then it makes it a bit easier to so 12 hours? It said meet me here at midnight, so sure, why not? Nothing. Okay. Maybe it'll mean something some other time, depending on if there's a quest attached to it, which there probably is. Although it is kind of funny that the note is just sitting there. Meanwhile, we just kind of cruise our way around the island and Yeah, I'll take that. Where's the club thing he was carrying? Why am I shooting iron arrows again? Okay. High Point Tower. There's Serana, finally. What took you so long? But are we willing to forgive her for missing out on that? Yes, we are. Why? Because she's Laura Bailey. Laura Bailey. I can't be the only one hearing that. Whee! Okay. Huh. Good to know. I bet that probably goes toward some type of armor. And I'm reasonably sure this is most everything so far, at least on the island. And we still have a quest marked for on the island, so that still works for me.
There's something you need.
With me? What's the matter with you?
Sorry, I've just had a lot of hawk-faced cowards coming by to mock my efforts. It probably can't hurt to tell you. You look mostly honest.
Mostly?
The name's Rollis. Rollis Sedaris, out of Moorhold.
I've got a financier waiting for me back on the mainland. Sent me here in the interests of obtaining some rare antiquities. The relics of Arzador. But this whole thing became a disaster right quick, let me tell you. You come out of the northern ashlands, you don't expect things to go easy, you know. But this was something outside my particular expertise.
What does he
When I
need?
first got to Colbjorn, you couldn't even see it. Buried in the ash, like most other things on this blasted island. Dug out a pile of the stuff taller than me just to find the barrow. Who knows how much to reach the door. Excavating isn't exactly my specialty. Even if it was, the ash storms fill it in faster than you can dig. You think I've got that kind of money? No. I only get paid on delivery. Can't afford to go out of pocket for 1,000 septims on this.
Septims.
Takes money to make money, all that rot. There's a
Yep.
lot at the other end. But I
Unfortunately.
can't get there without a little kick to start it off. You ever hear of Arzador? He was the first great Nord enchanter, maybe even the first human to master elven methods. His best work was buried with him, though. A set that my patron calls the relics are supposed to be down in his tomb. Now, they're old, and they're powerful. A combination like that makes them pretty valuable to certain
Yup.
people. And I happen to know certain people.
It's a good voice
What,
actor
are
for
you-
that role.
Are you serious? Well, I think I should make that work. We can sort out the details of our little arrangement later.
Sounds a little like John Hurt,
I'll manage
actually.
the dig if you can manage the coin.
If only a little.
Do you have the gold? It's all here. Well then, looks like I have a good bit of work to start on. I'll head back to Raven Rock and round up some diggers. Once we've got something worth looking at, I'll send word to you.
Cool.
Pleasure doing business with you, partner. I'll see you soon.
I'll need to remember that name so I can look him up.
This can be a slow business. Digging takes time. Come around later and I'll have something more interesting to show.
Want these heartstones. Too bad the mining doesn't go with the forging.
I was always taught to avoid these types of ruins. I think I see why now.
I mean, yeah, I can just sit here or head back to the house and randomly crank out like a bunch of daggers and jewelry and that kind of thing. Turn around and sell it. I mean, that works just fine for me. But currently, now it's time to rogue our way into the castle, or the keep. Because rogue's got a rogue, right folks?
Where'd you come from? That'll teach you.
What we got here? Right then. Here we go. Things might get more interesting moving forward. We'll do what we can to at least make it interesting. Right? Right.
Men, an invader has entered the fort. Prepare yourselves for an ambush.
What?
Fort Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
Marsden?
from? Done and done.
There we go. And I need to redo that. Reset my arrows again, apparently. But it's still working, so we'll just kind of run with it. I will be needing a break here before too much longer, folks, but we will try and keep that nice and quick. As usual, I mean, we always try and keep our breaks nice and quick in order to, you know, keep folks around, because we enjoy being able to relax and chat with you folks, whether it's about Skyrim or other things. Not exactly sure what's going on in here, but we'll find out, won't we? Actually, looking at the time and considering we might have to cut it a little short as of, let's see, something's coming on at 6. We may need to be off around 5:45, so let me just go ahead and take a quick break while I'm thinking about it, and I'll get a refill on my coffee and take care of a couple of other things real quick. I will be back in just a few minutes. So thank you for joining us, and we hope that you'll be willing to stick around for when we return in just a little bit. Until then, see you in a few. They've walked you through Horizon Zero Dawn, through The Last of Us, through For Honor. This summer, one man, one horde, one motorcycle. Many, many locations with an open world map. And one very large arsenal. When the dust settles at the end of the day, who will remain standing? Will it be Deacon St. John? Or those he stands against? Find out for yourself at twitch.tv/wildwolfgaming1. Stay wild, everyone. In the video game streaming system, the viewers are represented by two distinct groups: the gamers who provide walkthroughs and compete for wins, and the entertainers who provide nonsense and fun. These are the games of the Insomnia Squad. Doink Doink by Mike Post. Come to twitch.tv/awolfsdengames and click the follow button. That way you will be notified for further games by the Insomnia Squad. Yes, I know she's standing behind me, but what's up with that? I mean, come on. Okay.
Where'd you come from?
Dag nabbit. No. Arrows can't go through him.
Done and done.
What the heck is up with that? That was like 6 arrows that passed straight through him without doing anything. I mean, come on. This ain't Treyarch. What's with the cheating there, Bethesda? Dagger, dagger, dagger. Okay, so that gets us that collection. Don't need that sword. Cabbages? Nope. Books. I don't know that one. That's a title that was not one I recognized. That might be. Whoops. Let's try corners. Okay, so it's somewhere over this way. Let's try that one. Nope. It's gonna be over here somewhere. Ah, good. Gotta admit, some of this lockpicking stuff is a little annoying. That's it. I know I'm being a little more quiet than usual, but honestly, that's mostly due to let's see. Hang on, let me swap to a different bow here.
Where'd you come from? That'll teach you.
Well, it certainly taught him, I guess. I may come back for that.
Who's there? I knew I heard you.
I've never seen these geodes before. This must be a Solstheim thing.
Who's there?
Huh. You learn something new every day. Okay, so there's also the Heartstone deposits in here. I can get that taken care of real quick. I can take care of the other one in here. And then we'll continue on this little thing before we go back to take out whoever it is we're supposed to take out. I'm just glad we've been able to get as much work done lately as we have. That has been a huge help. And with the additional backgrounds, hopefully it should make the upcoming games a bit more fitting for the world I've created. Now I'm carrying too much to run. Can't eat the single cabbage we've got either. Where's the... There it is. Okay, so that takes care of that. And here we go, hunting for our target. Oh yeah, we've already been there. This is where we came in. Yep. So now we deal with this stuff. Cabbages. Always got to check the cabbages. Or at least check for cabbages. No, that opens the soul slime. So where is this guy? I mean, seriously. If I can only get through there, that opens the soul slime. And this does not extend. Whoops. Okay, now I gotta try and figure out. Okay, if I have to kill him, and it says he's out, but it says he's in here. Which means, shouldn't there be a key somewhere in... Oh, wait. I hadn't seen this part. Okay, I guess I hadn't been everywhere in here yet.
Who's there? I knew I heard something. That'll teach you.
You tell him, Laura. Let's see. What can I afford to drop here? Odds are I'll have to drop something from... Ooh, I know where I can drop stuff from. Someone's trying to bring people back to life with Hearthstone? Huh. Ow. Whoops, I want to take that. Oh, boots, clothes, those can go. Good thing I checked back here. And now we have the key we needed. So now it's time to take a look back here. And see if there's anything else that needs to be dealt with before we continue on toward the mission assigned to us. And maybe, just maybe, it'll help us get the house here on Soulslime. That way we always have somewhere that we can go.
Did you hear something?
And here we go.
Who's there? Who's there? I knew I heard something. Because apparently I'm not allowed to actually shoot this guy. Because I put, I don't know how many arrows through him, and it wouldn't even register he was there, let alone taking damage. Ooh. Taking that. Yeah, I know I weigh way too much now. But that's okay. Oh, that's right. Anything else back? Oh. Yep, there is. Big old chest. Don't know that one. Never heard of this one either. Don't know that one or that one. I already have a full set of that. So I can afford to do that. Yay! We actually solved a quest. Things here seem to be rather sparse. Oh, there's enemies nearby? Where are there enemies nearby? Where are these enemies that are nearby? Okay, so apparently I have to leave from elsewhere. Well, leave through the front door. Because elsewhere actually is a place on this planet. Don't remember what the name of the world is that Skyrim takes place on. What enemies? And as there are no enemies nearby, I guess I have to sprint? So Skyrim's like, hey, we forgot how many bad guys are supposed to be here, so we're just gonna claim that it's there. Even though you've already killed everything.
I don't know what you're playing. What news do you bring from Fort Frostmoth?
From Fort Frostmoth.
I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else
This
could
could
he
have
have
survived for over 200 years.
It's a shame. There are quite a few tales of General Carius's exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock. Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in one piece. And you got rid of General Curious. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful.
2,500.
It can be. Even the most experienced warriors can fall prey to petty distractions. They usually didn't amount to much, but they make my job that much harder. Some of my own men have become quite accustomed to a spirit...
Ember brand wine.
Despise the stuff myself. It's powerful and tremendously addicting. I've seen men fail to finish even a single flask. If I knew where they were stashing the bottles, I'd put an end to it myself. You would?
Sure.
It'd be helpful. I just don't have time to do it myself right now.
To do it myself right now.
They're too smart to have left it in the bulwark. I'd search one of the abandoned houses on the outskirts of town. The Earthstone and... well, it's a shrine that... I can't recall. I don't know. It's hard to remember. All of the soldiers in this town are Redder Guard. Some of the best warriors
Redder Guard
has to offer. I've spent quite a few years honing their skills, and I can assure you they're not just your average city guard. To protect Councillor Morvain, of course. He has quite a few friends on the council back in Morrowind, and they wanted to ensure his safety while he was here.
Makes sense.
Other than that, I'm not at liberty to discuss it. Ah, this is bone mold armor.
Just in case it has something else for me.
You say. It's fashioned from actual bone that's been reinforced with a resin-like material and then shaped to form the armor plating. It might appear brittle, but I'd wager it could stop the blow of a weapon better than iron or steel. Find me that stash of wine. I'm itching to be rid of it.
I'm no fan of the sun. It would be better than this.
If it wasn't for the book...
So now we start searching.
Stand aside, Outlander.
He didn't give me any crap for it? Okay, we're looking for a type of wine. Thought so. This is going to get a bit problematic. That's okay. We'll find a way of handling it. Trying not to have to drop any of this stuff. At least not yet. Wow, that made a lot of difference. Especially as we are looking for stuff, for very specific stuff. Hope everyone's days are going well.
Mouth to feed. You've picked the wrong town to settle.
Severin Manor?
Can I help you?
Vendel said, always glad to help, Samuel. What can I do?
Always a pleasure to watch when a man like you walks by.
What are you doing, Swit?
Heh.
You've committed crimes against the Dunmer people of Solstheim. What say you in your defense? Well, I suppose I could forget that I saw you this time.
Again, guy sounding like John Hurt. Heh. Whoa. Well, that was very helpful. Whoa. I've never seen a raid like this before. There is plenty to grab here. Don't really need the Charos eggs currently. No worries, I will get this all sorted as far as the weight stuff goes. But first, I want to get a few things taken care of. Holy crap. I am glad I checked here. Wish this was my house. If only because of all the extras. Whoops. Too far. Or not far enough, more likely. Yeah. Shields just tend to add way too much extra weight. In which case, I would end up having to drop it anyway. Slowly making our way over. Wow, this is a pretty nice house. Dagger, dagger. I'd have to worry about people who display heads like that. Oh, we already raided this one. Had to check. Never seen that before. Nope. Now hopefully it'll still be enough for me to be able to do a quick jump back to Skyrim in order to be able to get this stuff dropped off at one of the houses. Probably Lakeview. As that's usually the easiest to go to. Tell me there's another strength one. Filter of strength.
Yes.
I'm just a ship's mate.
Let's see, what time is it? 5:15. Okay. Better bet, due to the time and due to Travis Willingham's Yeehaw Game Ranch coming on twitch.tv/Critical Role in probably about half an hour is when it'll start. We'll go ahead and just kind of put things away, do a bit of a closing remarks, I guess, and depending on if I can actually get some sleep, we may be back for Insomnia Squad later on tonight. I'm not exactly sure as to what time exactly, but we will definitely do our best to try and figure out a good time to be able to be back on. Remember, for those who are interested, Yeehaw Game Ranch will be aired, or will be shown on our channel, as it is weird. I thought I had picked up more than that. Like, wasn't there a glass axe? An enchanted glass axe? I don't remember where I put it. Huh. Oh, glass shield, that's what it was. But yeah, the Yeehaw Game Ranch will be on. Will be hosted on our Twitch channel. But in addition to that, we will also be covering tonight's Talks Machina, which will be at 9 p.m. Eastern, or 9 p.m. Central. So you're welcome to join us for that as well. Just depends on what your interests are. Mostly at the moment, just kind of dropping some stuff off, getting things organized. Drop that one off, drop that one off. Yep. There we go. That takes care of all of that. I'll just take all of that because the girls have moved to a different house. So I should probably go over there and check on them too. Some of these I have no idea what they do, but I'm going to go ahead and hold on to them anyway, just in case. I'm sure we'll get around to them eventually. And I can always just look up what they do. Let's see, that one, that one, that one. That works. Scrolls go here.
Now we drop off the books. And then we go to drop off the food shortly. Now we'll jump over to Winstead and drop some of that, drop the food and that kind of thing off. Any pelts I might have as well. And I still have to stop by the new house in Whiterun. So I can at least get there and... Holy crap. Actually, I think I've got a couple of things that I can do real quick. I didn't realize how much money we had already.
Can I help you?
I don't know why she's up on the chair again. She likes standing on the chairs. 486. 497. We're at 497 cabbages, folks. That's a lot of cabbage. Okay, so wines go in here. That gives us more stuff to drop here in this one. Okay. Over here's the cooked foods. I know this part is probably really boring for folks right now, and I apologize, but we are kind of needing to drop all this stuff off due to, well, just basic needing the weight, if nothing else. Did I have anything in terms of trophies that I can drop? Let's do a quick check. Nope. Might as well. Yeah, there's probably no reason to put the empty ones in there, but oh well. Heartstones. All of those go into the other house. Tusk can go in here. Okay. Now we sprint out the front door again. We're going to stop by the last home. The inn of the last home? No, that's Kryn. That's a whole different world. Tamriel, that's the name of this world. Tamriel. Finally remembered. With my brain damage, it's kind of a toss-up whether or not I'll actually remember it or not. Whoops. Do I have instruments? Thought I'd picked up some instruments. We'll take a quick peek. No drum. No flute. And no loot? No loot. Okay.
Papa, you're back.
Yes, I am.
Want to play a game?
Not right now. I'm sorry. I've got things to organize. And we're running short on time. I apologize. I hate letting my kids down. I really do. Whether it's on this game or otherwise. I hate when it happens. And a lot of the time, I just don't really have a choice. Which is unfortunate. But all one can do is their best, correct? Do this to fix up some of our ore issues first. There we go. Now we go over here and we start putting them away properly. This is iron. Steel, no corundum. But we know we have corundum because I just made those ingots. This is steel. And we know we have those too. Perfect. Or, I don't think we have orichalcum, but let me double check. Should be in the O's if we have any. Quicksilver, nope. We have quicksilver and malachite and moonstone. And ebony. Ebony also happened to be the name of the wolf that adopted me first. True story. Well, she was a half wolf, half chow. And when she'd look at you, you'd think that she was like a black lab. But if something drew her attention and those ears went up, you could see in her face that that's no dog, that's a wolf. But most of the time, she just looked like she was a... don't have any of those. That she was a black lab who happened to have a flowered tongue, showing that she was at least part... chow. Oh, we gotta... Oh, that goes in the next one. So that doesn't really matter. Cool, that works. This goes here. Malachite. Refined malachite. Heartstone. leather. Okay, that should cover everything except for the jewels and the kids stuff. And the kids stuff I can put away separately. Also, I should probably put the axe of Whiterun away before we take our usual seat at the original homestead. Now we'll be able to make all kinds of jewelry and make all kinds of money from it. So this is going to be very interesting. Oh, I needed a place for the chitin plates. We are finishing up here real quick so that we can be off air in time for Travis Willingham's Yeehaw Game Ranch, which will be airing over on twitch.tv/Critical Role. But if folks would like, you're welcome to join us over here on our channel, as we do host. And they tend to be a bit crazier than we are, but they are one of the biggest inspirations as far as why we do what we do. Gonna do a quick Whiterun thing. Gonna go buy that house in Markarth real quick, and we'll jump back to the normal house for our usual sign out. And we're just stopping here real quick because the quest. But yes, this is the new home, Bree's home. It is the Whiterun house. I'm not collecting any of this stuff yet. I'm not putting anything away yet. I am simply giving a very brief overview of what the home looks like. We will take a better look at the Markarth home. Oh, that's right, Lydia.
Long life to you, Thane.
Now stay here so you don't get your stupid butt killed, Lydia. She has a tendency to die quick. So I figure if she stays home, that won't happen. She can help defend the house. Jump to Understone Keep so I can go talk to that dude real quick. Cool. We should have just enough time to finish this out before things get too out of hand. Also, if anyone is just looking for a place to kind of chill and relax during the day, with some background noise or some supportive folks to talk to, then we are usually here. At least one of us is usually in the chat somewhere, as long as we are in the office and awake. So feel free to come hang out with us a bit.
Here, take a look at this decree for details. I advise Igmund the same way I advised his father. Caution.
Good to have you by my side, friend. I need reliable people around.
I'm supposed to be able to buy a home. It was 8,000. I don't know what the heck happened. The only other home I know of that I have successfully been able to set things up as far as to purchase the house is see. I don't have enough for Solitude yet. That's the one for Winstead. Dawnstar is the one for Hielarkin. I haven't opened this one up yet, or this one. I don't think there is a house in Winterhold because you get to stay at that one spot. I don't believe I've unlocked the one for Riften either. Falkreath is the Lakeview Manor home. So yeah, Markarth is the only one that should... Oh, whoops. Okay, let's try that one more time. If it's not a thing, then we'll just go ahead and run to Lakeview and call it for now. We will do our best to try and have an Insomnia squad tonight, so keep an eye out, or between 11 and midnight most likely. If we're able to do one, it will be at that point.
The Dominion is here, and we're watching you. We fight them where they live.
As his housecarl, Igman's security is my...
I'm Igman's uncle, as well as his steward.
Treat my people fairly, and I will do the same to you. If you'll excuse me, I have a city to run.
But I'd already taken care of all of those. Great, they're gonna make me do it again, huh? Okay, so we'll do that one next time, I guess. Because we finally have enough money to actually buy the house, and... I don't know. It's a lot of gold we're carrying, though. So, time to jump back to Lakeview. So we can take our usual seat up on the, or up in the tower. We'll do our usual closing remarks real quick, and we'll go ahead and clear the air so that Critical Role can get their start going, and we can pick them up on our end. We do hope folks will be willing to join us for it, but if not, no worries. Last night's Amanda Palmer interview with Brian W. Foster was intense. But it's amazing some of the people out there and how, despite all of these...
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
How did you get into my house?
Let's see here. Got this from a pretty excited-looking dark elf around Raven Rock. He said it was important I got it to you as soon as I could. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Well, that answers that. He's like, wait, how do I get off your roof now? That just looked weird. Okay, so for those following along, this is save number 274. We'll go ahead and cut this here. There we go, that's a little better. Just wanted to make sure that we checked in with folks, let folks know that we are mostly a tabletop gaming company, not as much on video games, but we do tend to play more for entertainment purposes than anything else. try and get information regarding the stuff we do and the products we have coming out there to folks, as well as to just kind of get an idea of what people like to play, or memories they've had regarding playing around a tabletop. Card games, board games, tabletop role-playing, which is one of our main focuses. We also have plans in the works for accessories and other tabletop things to go with it. We've got a prototype GM screen that we're working on. Finished product should make it look like a leather-bound tome that you can put up on your bookshelf, and yet you pull it off the shelf and you open it up and you've got sections to hold your dice and your minis and condition rings and your notes and charts and a dice tower, and all of this kind of built into it, and yet when you close it all up, it just looks like another book on your shelf. And that way maybe it'll kind of go along with all the other role-playing books you have in your library. Just a general idea of the kinds of things we have upcoming. It may be a while because, well, like was said in today's stream, it takes money to make money. And unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot coming in just yet due to us needing to spend so much time on the research and the reading and the writing and the testing. And when you've got brain damage issues like I do, reading and writing isn't always the easiest, or even in some cases, sometimes isn't even an option at all. But that's one of the reasons why we have so many different projects in the works currently, is due to the fact that when reading and writing comes to be too much for me to be able to do, I've got other things that I can just craft stuff in order to continue moving forward. In the meantime, we do like to focus on cooperation, friendly competition, and building community strength, because that community, whether it's your family, your friends, or those you have a common bond with that you enjoy spending time with, that community strength tends to help people a lot when it comes to difficult days. It's the strength and the support that they lean on when they're having a bad day, or the people they turn to celebrate with when they're having a good one. So remember, folks, cooperation, competition, community. It's what's important. And until next time, have a wonderful night. Bye for now. Thank you all for joining us. Please give us a follow on twitch.tv/awolvesdengames. Long days and pleasant nights. Jate ka nade, or good night everyone.